Hello everybody, it's Rachel again. Welcome to my cozy corner of YouTube. How's everybody doing? Is everybody enjoying their summer? Are you staying safe? More importantly, is everybody knitting or crafting or doing what makes you happy? Well, this is a new little segment that I thought I would try. My weekly WIPs. Ta-da! So WIP is basically a very informal term used by the fiber arts community, and it's a work in progress. They probably use it in all crafting communities and all other communities, so by no means is it an exclusive term, but usually creative and crafty people get so excited about projects or goals or things that they're knitting, or sometimes they get a little bored with the things that they're knitting, so they want to move on to other things, that you wind up with a lot of things happening at once. So I'm just gonna talk about some of the projects I have going right now. So I think the way we're gonna do this is I'll go through the least active project that I'm working on, and then I'll work my way up to the most active, because I'm really excited about the project that I'm working on most often at this point in time. So the first project is The Weekender. And this one's kind of stalled. I don't want to say frogged or done, because I'm definitely interested in making it. I'm excited about it. I was full steam ahead a couple weeks ago, and then I realized 4 inches up through the body that I made some critical errors, which is comical because this is a very basic sweater to knit. It's not very complicated. It doesn't take a lot of skill. Sometimes I have a bad habit of knitting when I'm doing things like cleaning or doing laundry or running around with the baby or trying to cook. So there may be some times where I'm not really paying attention, and then I think if it's a basic knit, I tend to get a little more relaxed with myself. So that kind of bit me in the behind a little bit. So I'm backtracking. No, I did not use a lifeline on this project. I've used one before, and I'm just trying to enjoy the very zen process of unstitching or unraveling stitch by stitch. It's boring, but you know what? Sometimes life is so fast-paced, it's nice to just sit down and empty your mind and just backwards knit. It's not the end of the world. So this is what the finished project will look like. This is all I have so far, because I had to backtrack. And it's not a super complex project, so that's totally on me and not paying attention, but c'est la vie. Lesson learned. Next project is in my pink hazel bag. And for those of you who watched my pink hazel what's in my bag video, you're very familiar with the bag. But this is my West Fjords Wanderer shawl, which compared to when I made the video to now, I'm a little bit further. I'm still working on the bottom portion. And this is a lot of fun to knit. This has been my weeknight knitting after work, and my brain is fried and I just need to unwind. So it's definitely longer. So that's about how much I have done. I have a lot to go with this one. And I think sometimes when I start projects, I get really fervent about just knitting all the time, and then I realize that, you know, it's gonna take a while. So just take a couple deep breaths, relax, enjoy the process. Don't try to rush to get the finished garment or project, because really the fun is in the process of knitting. It's a journey, right? Everybody wants to talk about their journey. That's my knitting journey. Learning patience. That got mildly sidetracked by my newest WIP, which is the Spark Cardi by Andrea Mowry. And I did an unboxing video for this yarn. And I have to say, I'm just really getting caught up in all the pictures I'm seeing online, and just by the softness of the yarn and the colors of the yarn. So I have one sleeve done now, and I have to thank all of the wonderful knitters on Instagram who have helped me. Had a little bit of trouble with the sleeve. It looks a little bumpy. I'm gonna fix it, so it'll be all good once it's done. My wonderful Instagram friends online gave me some pointers as to why this was so puffy. Had too much tension. I'm using double pointed needles for the sleeve, and I was just pulling too tight. So once I relaxed the grip it looks a lot better. And I just love the look of it. I love the colors. I love how it blends in. And right now I just started my second cuff. We're still very early on in this project. We got a while to go, excuse me. Got so excited I got flustered, but it has definitely been a lot of fun. And I would highly recommend it. Plus, I'm seeing all these pictures on Instagram of other knitters and what they're using, and some people are going into their stashes and using leftover yarn, and they're just really coming up with creative ways to make this sweater. So it's cool knitting the sweater in the midst of a lot of other people knitting the sweater, because I just feel like there's a more communal feel, especially now. There's no social knitting events going on. I know there's been some virtual ones, but it's kind of nice to experience knitting this sweater with my knitting brothers and sisters, we'll say. And those are my current WIPs. Actually, I do have one more, but it is so stalled that I don't even want to bring it up. It's my daughter. I told her like 2 years ago I'd make her socks. So I still have the socks in my bedroom waiting to be knitted. Eventually she will have socks. Eventually.
Maybe when I graduate college.
Maybe when she graduates college. We're gonna, you know what, I will keep you posted. Hang in there with me. We can journey the socks together.
Go.
I hope that you join me every week. I plan on doing this weekly. Obviously, it's in the title of the segment. And we can just talk about everything I've got going, the progress I've made, maybe little comments along the way. If you're in the middle of knitting something, leave it in the comments and we can talk about that. I would love to see what everybody else is up to at this point in time. But tune in every Friday and we'll talk knitting. I hope everyone's staying safe, be healthy, take care, and see you soon. Bye. Happy knitting.